Welcome back to my channel. For those who do not know, my name is Crystal Williams Foster and I am a previously single mom. I was a single mom for 10 years. And robbing Peter to pay Paul, check to check. And pretty much I quit my job, my 9-to-5, because my son became diagnosed with dyslexia and ADHD. And I figured the only way to truly help him was to start my own businesses online. And that way I could afford his private dyslexia school, which was $30,000 a year. And my businesses took off. And here we are today, where now I get to teach other moms who are where I once was, how to make money online, how to secure the bag, how to rebuild their body, because I built a fitness business, rebuild their minds, their souls, and even prepare for the love of their life. And on this channel, we do 3 videos a week. One covers finances, one covers fitness and wellness and all of that jazz, and then one covers a Freestyle Friday video, which covers any and every topic that I encounter as a Black woman who's a full-time digital entrepreneur online, running multiple e-commerce businesses, doing UGC, being a mom, and being a wife in Long Beach, California. So if you're a mom and you're looking for extra income, you're looking for the right fitness techniques, you're looking for some wellness, you're looking for a relationship with God, whatever it may be, this is the one-stop shop resource for you. Now, today is Wednesday and we are covering our part 2 for our wellness video. Today, it'll be part 2 of why your butt is getting smaller instead of bigger even though you're working out. So if you haven't seen part 1, you want to head back over there and catch part 1, because I cover 3 videos. I cover 3 topics. Okay. I cover the first 3 reasons why your butt is actually getting smaller versus bigger. Today, we will only be doing the remainder 2 reasons why your butt is getting smaller versus bigger if you're working out, as well as doing somewhat of a Q&A. I asked you guys to leave me some questions after the last video, and you guys did submit those. So I have my notes here. Let's go into first the Q&A, and then we'll go into the last 2 reasons why your butt is getting smaller versus bigger. So the first question I have is, so is cardio bad? Someone asked that because in the last video I talk about cardio and so forth. Okay, so cardio is not bad. However, if you're trying to build, you want to make sure you are focusing on what type of cardio you're doing. Lately, I've been doing a lot of it's called cardio boxing at this Mayweather gym that's local in the area that I live in, because I want to get my heart rate up. I want to work my heart as much as possible, but I don't want to lose too much of the glutes that I've built. I'm making sure I'm focusing on doing what I call HIIT cardio, which is high intensity interval training. And this type of cardio will help you drop the fat, okay? It will help you shed some of the weight, but most importantly, it does not shed your muscle or break down your muscle. If you're just running on a treadmill, you're doing long distance walks and so forth, you're gonna break down not only the weight and the fat and the water, but you're also gonna break down that muscle. So to answer your question, is cardio bad? No, if you're trying to build your butt, but it's the type of cardio that you need to do, the specific type of cardio to make sure you are still shedding body fat, but you're maintaining your muscle, that booty. Okay, so question number 2, you guys ask, but if I'm in a surplus, my stomach will still be, but if I'm in a surplus, my stomach will start to get fat. Okay, so again, referring back to the first video, I said that you had to be in a surplus to build that gluteus maximus back there, okay? And you had to eat a certain amount of calories. So you're saying that when you eat a certain amount, or when you eat in a surplus, your stomach gets bigger. Well, I will say this, if that is the case, then it's the type of foods you're eating, not how much you're eating. Especially if you're eating the specific amount you're supposed to eat. So first thing first, remember, if you're in a surplus, you need to know specifically how many calories you should be eating. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to be in a surplus to build my booty, and you're just eating. There still needs to be portion control, and you need to know specifically how many calories. I know that when I'm in a surplus, I eat close to anywhere between 17 to 1800 calories. As I go into a deficit, I go from 17 to 16, from 16 to 15. 1450 is probably my lowest, depending on how much I work out. But again, all of that is based off of your specific goals, your age, your body type, how much you work out. So you need to know specifically when you say you're in a surplus and your stomach is getting bigger, are you eating the correct amount of calories for your individual goals, as well as your how much you're working out, okay? So that's the first thing. The next thing is the type of food you're eating. Stomachs are made in the kitchen. So when you see a belly, it's not just because they don't work out. It's also because what they eat. Your stomach is your diet and your nutrition. If that's not going down, then you really want to, and you're doing all of the exercises, then you should really look into the food that you're eating, okay? So if you're in a surplus and you're trying to build your glutes and you're noticing that your stomach's just getting bigger and bigger, then you're eating incorrectly. You want to make sure when you're eating in a surplus, you're still maintaining those portions and you're still eating clean and healthy foods. The third question you guys asked was, I used your glute guide, but it's hard and I get sore. How can I actually build my butt bigger if I'm sore? Okay, so we're gonna kind of cover this in regards to soreness today in our remaining 2 tips to grow your butt bigger versus making it smaller. So how about I answer it when we get to our second, well, technically our 5th tip for this series. So let's go ahead and finish out this series on why your butt is getting smaller versus bigger by going into number 4, the 4th reason why you would be seeing your gluteus maximus get smaller versus bigger. You're doing too much cardio. Like I stated previously, doing the incorrect form of cardio can definitely start to tear down your muscles, okay? You want to make sure you're doing the proper type of cardio in regards to the goals you're trying to reach. If I'm not trying to build my butt and I'm just trying to look slim and trim, treadmill, long distance, marathons, you name it, it's going to work perfectly for me. If you're trying to build that butt, then you want to focus on HIIT cardio or even do sprint intervals. Sprinting is perfectly fine as well. But you want to make sure that when you're doing cardio, you're doing a certain amount and you're doing a certain type, so that way you get to keep that muscle and the gains that you're building. And last but not least, the 5th reason why you'll be noticing your butt getting smaller versus bigger is you're overtraining. This kind of goes back into the person who asked the question in regards to, I did your plan, but I'm sore. How can I grow my butt if I'm always sore? Well, overtraining can definitely cause your butt to get smaller. Not saying that you're using my plan and you're overtraining, but what happens is when you overtrain, your butt can get smaller because you have to allow time for rest and recovery. So that goes into your question in regards to how can you grow bigger if you're always sore? You have to give time for rest and recovery. So what I recommend is that you're getting at least 6 hours of sleep to really make sure you're building that muscle. You're also having days where you do not work your glutes. Working them every day is not going to make them bigger. You're not going to get a bubble butt tomorrow. You have to give it time to actually develop and recover, okay? So you want to make sure you're getting your 6 hours of sleep. You're not working your glutes every single day. You honestly shouldn't go over. Some people do 4 days, some people do 3 days of glutes, but it should not be a 7-day thing, okay? And you want to make sure, for me, I'm taking a supplement. I take BCAAs, that's branched chain amino acids, and pretty much they help your muscles recover faster. They reduce soreness. Now, I know your soreness may not be from overtraining, but if you're sore, you want to give your muscles time to rest and recover, and to speed up that process using BCAAs would really help you. as well as in regards to the rest and recovery. If your body is sore, you're using my plan, what I always tell people is to listen to your body, okay? Now, I'm saying that, and that doesn't mean that you listen to your body and then you don't do anything. No. You're going to listen to your body. If you're too sore to continue with the gut and glute guide or my full body plan, then I recommend that you go for a 30 to 45 minute walk, as well as you do 30 to 45 minutes of stretching. This is still something, and you will still be moving your body and you'll still be getting some of the results because you're still doing more than what you would not be doing, which is nothing, right? So if you're sore, give your body rest and recovery, take some BCAAs, the ones I use, I'll link those below. But most importantly, don't just stop. Go for a 30 to 45 minute walk, get your stretching in, and this will help you, one, reduce the soreness, and two, it'll help you prevent overtraining. Okay, so that covers and wraps up the series on why your butt is getting smaller versus bigger while you're working out. It also covers our Q&A for any of the questions you guys had during this series. We will be going into a new series starting next Wednesday for our Wellness Wednesdays, and that series will be fitness tips that I'm going to give you that changed my life, or fitness habits that changed my life. For those who don't know, I was previously out of shape, as well as very depressed when it came to looking at my body. I was the one that didn't want to be in the pictures. I'm gonna take your picture, but I'm not gonna be in it. I was the one who avoided going out, the parties, you name it, and even stopped dating at one point after I was in a relationship and the individual said that my size was kind of an embarrassment, that they didn't want to walk and hold my hand in public because I had gotten so big. All of these things really affected me mentally. And so I have so many habits that I've implemented that of course helped me rebuild my body and my shape, but also helped me find that confidence, that peace, that wellness, that security, you know? And so we'll talk about the habits and the tips that I will give you in regards to wellness and fitness that changed my life and hopefully can change yours. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for Wellness Wednesday. I look forward to speaking with you guys next week. If you haven't already subscribed, do so, like, comment, and make sure you're following me on Instagram and TikTok. And I look forward to discussing those habits or those tips next week.